Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's Mold Mechanic, and here I have a VW Amarok 2.0 TDI. We're going to go through a full service on it. Okay, so we've got some service items here. I'm not sure what this is. This is the oil filter. This is going to be the air filter from Febi. We've got a few different brands here that we're going to use, but we couldn't get them all in the same brand, unfortunately. Cabin filter and fuel filter. So the oil that I'm going to use is the 5W30 from Manol. Okay, so this is the engine that we're looking at here. It's a 2 litre TDI, so it's the same engine that's in my VW Crafter van. This is obviously the VW Amarok. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some of this advanced engine oil flush from Launch UK. Okay, so with the engine oil cap removed, we're just going to pour that in here. Now we're just going to let the vehicle idle until we get the engine oil up to temperature. Okay, so we can see the engine oil temperature there is increasing. So generally this would take around 10 to 15 minutes. You can see there we are already at temperature where we need to be now. Okay, so just over here we have the oil filter. You can see it's just on there. It's a 32mm socket. Now we're just going to twist that open. Now we're just going to go down there and pull that out. Now we've got that old filter out. We've got our new filter here with the new O-rings that we can get fitted on. And you can see these filters are sided, so you've got one side is got a slightly bigger opening than the other. And we're just using our little pick tool here to pull these old seals off. Okay, now we're just going to open the oil cap just to make sure all of the oil is going to flow down nicely. We'll get the new filter back in place. Okay, so I've just sat that filter down in place, so I haven't screwed it in, it's just sitting there. Okay, now I've cracked that open. It's a 19mm socket. Now I'm going to use this tool here just so I don't make a mess. It's going to catch the sump bolt as I screw it out. So we just give it a twist around just so that you don't get it all over your hands. Even though I've got oil on my hands, it just stops me making a complete mess. So there we go, it's out and it is flowing. Okay, a little bit irrelevant to the video. My battery on my camera, the phone is going flat, so I'm going to use this little power bank. It's been a lifesaver for me to make the videos, really, to be honest, because recording these videos seems to drain out the phone battery, and I do need to get a different sort of all-in-one tool that I can use for my videos, but at the minute I'm just using my phone, so I'm going to connect this up so I can complete the video. I'll put a link where you can buy this from in the description. I think I've got sort of like a 5% discount code maybe for it, but I'll put that in the video as well. So you can see there it's charging the phone at 21 watts. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we've stopped flowing. I've still got the oil sump off, so I'm just going to put about a litre of oil in. If you can afford to do that, then why not? What that's going to do, I'll show you now. See, we've got a flow again. We did have the flow stopped earlier, but that is now flowing out, so it's just going to flush any of the old oil that is sitting at the bottom of the sump here. Just going to get that all out. So now we're just going to screw back in the sump plug, and you can put a new washer on that as well if you like. Okay, next I'm going to put some of this oil performance enhancer in. So this can do up to 6 litres of engine oil, so we're just going to pour that in now. So that's just some of the writing of how it works there. Just try and get it so we've got it on a no glare. The instructions for it. Okay, so if you've got a larger than 6 litre tank, you can add another 40ml for each litre. There we go. So now we're going to pour our oil in. So we've got 5 litres here. And then we're going to top up the rest. Okay, we've now tightened down the oil filter as well. And we're just going to top up a little bit more. Okay, so that's 7 litres of oil that we've put in, which is a bit strange because my VW Crafter over here, it's got exactly the same engine, but that takes 10.5 litres. Of course, then we're going to check our oil level and double check. I'm just going to check it a couple of times just to make sure that we have definitely got the right oil level. Okay, so next we're going to open the air filter housing. We've got a few screws here that go all the way around. That one looks like it's been rounded off, or it's corroded away. So all of these screws have come out fine, but as usual there's always one. Okay, managed to get it out with a flathead screwdriver. Just give it a bit of a scrape up. Now we've got that open, we've got the old filter out. You can see there's a few leaves and whatever in there. Okay, next we're going to do the cabin filter. We're going to come under here and remove this screw right here. So this is a T20. Try and give you a close up of the socket there. T20. Just going to open it off. Then we can just pull that down, leave it to the side there, and we have access up to where the cabin filter is there. So quite a small size socket. It's a 5.5 millimeter. And we can open these off. So we've got two, one on each side there. Let's see what condition this is in. Quite stiff, so we just need to try and get a grip on it and pull it out. Yep, that is well and truly blocked. So let's get rid of that and get a nice replacement here. We can just slip that up nice and straight. Give that a little bit of a shakedown. Now this needs to go on in line there and then fold it around so it meets up with the screw holes. Okay, now that's all back in. You can see here for the back we're just going to align that little clip up there, get that in. Okay, so now we are under the front wheel arch, basically right at the back of the engine. Across the subframe we can see the fuel filter. So first we're just going to unscrew the bottom cap and drain this out. I'll let that drain out now. Okay, so you can see there we just got two little fuel lines that you pressed push clips and then they pop out. And of course the fuel filter housing just lifts up out of its little bracket there and it sits back in. So it was really difficult to record that while I was doing it because I didn't need both my hands, but you can see it's quite simple. You slot it up from there and disconnect the fuel line and drop out the old filter, fit the new one back in. So that's the old filter there. You can see there's two fuel lines that connect to it and it just literally lifts upwards and then you can lift it out away from the housing. Well, it is all in one complete housing, but I mean away from the bracket that holds it in place. So the next bit is, now that I've changed the fuel filter, I'm going to put a diesel cleaner in there. So I'm going to use this one again from Launch UK. It's Turbo EGR, CAT and DPF cleaner. Get that stuck into the tank. Okay, so I'm going to use the scan tool just to plug into the vehicle, and I do need to get a new charger for my Tab 3, so I'm going to use this one instead. Okay, so we're going to load this up. It's the Tinker 689BT I think, but I'll put again the link to where you can buy this in the video description, so click on the description you'll be able to see a link for it. It's under £500 this tool, and it amazingly includes lifetime updates for free. I do have a discount code for it as well. I'm not sure if it's a 10% discount code or 20%, something like that, but I'll put it in the description and we'll see once I've done this. Okay, we're going to go to VIN search. Going to let that load up. Okay, so on this tool I'm going to go to actuation tests I think, and we're going to look for fuel pump. and we'll just press start. Now we can hear the fuel pump priming. It's going to do a few different runs. You can hear it go on, off, on, off. Okay, so we've gave that a minute or two, and we can hear the actual pump now quiet down because it's got pressure within it. So we should be able to just stop that, and now we should be able to just go ahead and start the vehicle. Let that idle just for a minute, make sure it's not going to stall out. Okay, we've left it idle for a few minutes there while I was just packing up some tools, and we can see everything is okay. So that's it. We will see you on our next video.